travelers, welcome to our channel, and if you follow me on social media, you know that I love traveling. So today we're tackling an important topic: how to travel with type 2 diabetes. Whether you're going to a weekend getaway or a globe-trotting adventure, managing your diabetes while traveling is crucial for your health and peace of mind. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of traveling with type 2 diabetes. The first category we're going to talk about is the pre-travel preparation. Start by scheduling a consultation with your healthcare provider well before your trip, and make sure you discuss your travel plans, the length of your travel, destination, and any potential challenges with your healthcare provider. Make sure you review your medications with your doctor, and if needed, see if your doctor can give you extra supplies so that you can bring it on your trip. Sometimes doctors can give orders to give you extra medications to bring on with you. Also, aside from diabetic medications, you can also ask if you need to get any vaccinations or medications for travel-related illnesses, depending on what your destination is. Then make sure you organize your medications and supplies. Create a checklist of the medications that you'll need on your trip and make sure you pack extra. I've seen another person talk about how he puts his medications, one portion in his check-in luggage and one portion on his carry-on luggage. That way, if he loses either one of them, he'll be able to still have backup. Also, another tip is to keep your medications in its original packaging, along with a prescription from your doctor in case anyone needs to check what medications you are on. Don't forget about essentials like glucometers, test strips, lancets, or if you are on insulin, syringes, and snacks for low blood sugar emergencies. Make sure you carry essential documents such as medical identification cards or a letter from your doctor explaining your condition and treatment plan. Also, make sure that you have travel insurance that can cover your medical emergencies, including those related to your diabetes. And make sure you keep a list of emergency contacts, including your doctor's contact information and local emergency services at your destination. Now, let's move to the second part, which is about planning your travel itinerary. Make sure you research your destination. Find out about what foods options they have, what restaurants they have, and how it can align with your dietary needs. And for those of you who know, I help people reverse type 2 diabetes by following a mostly plant-based diet. You don't have to be 100% vegan or vegetarian, but by following more of a plant-based diet while you're traveling can also help you keep your insulin sensitivity high. So what I like to use is things like Google or apps like Happy Cow to find plant-based options wherever I travel. Also, identify nearby healthcare facilities and pharmacies in case you need medical assistance. Make sure you take into account of factors like climate and altitude that can affect your blood sugar levels. Now, make sure you plan your meals ahead of time. Are you always going to be in a hotel? Then maybe pack some foods that are healthy, like an instant bean soup that is low in glycemic index, that provides protein, and that's high in fiber. And these packaged soup are very convenient because if you're in a hotel all the time, you can use the electric kettle to make hot water and prepare a meal that way. And if you don't have to be in the hotel all the time, you can definitely research different restaurants, like I said earlier, around you to be able to plan your meal ahead of time. Look at their menu and look at what high fiber options they have and make mental notes or take screenshots of the menu or restaurants. Make sure you also pack healthy snacks like nuts and fruits to keep your blood sugar stable between meals. Also, if you are on international flights or long haul flights, there should be an option for you to order your meals ahead of time if you have special dietary needs. I always like to order a vegan meal on the airplane because they will be able to provide me with a lot of vegetables and fresh fruits and plant-based protein and whole grains. So make sure you do that next time you get on an international flight. It's also important to plan your activities. Make sure you incorporate physical activity into your travel itinerary, including walking tours, hiking, or swimming. This can help you balance out your blood sugars, and if you have an exercise routine, make sure you adjust it towards your schedule itinerary and energy levels. It's important to keep in mind that your energy levels is going to be a little bit different, especially when you're in another country, in another destination that have a different time zone. And remember, stay hydrated and check your blood sugars before and after physical activity. Moving on to the third item is about managing your blood sugars while traveling. Make sure you monitor your blood sugars regularly, especially when you travel across time zones and changing your routine. Like I said in the beginning, make sure you pack extra glucometers, test strips, and batteries to ensure you can test your blood sugar levels whenever needed. If you need to charge a device, make sure you bring a converter. There's many times I forget to bring a converter, so do not forget this. Put this on your checklist. Make sure you keep a log of your blood sugar readings and any relevant factors such as meals, activities, and medication doses. When I work with my clients, they get to log their blood sugar levels and their meals on our app. That way we'll be able to see what changes or what patterns their blood sugar have while they're traveling, and how the food also affects their blood sugar as well. So logging is very important. Also, you have to bear in mind that when you are in a different time zone, you also need to adjust your medication schedule. Make sure you work with your healthcare provider to develop a plan to manage your blood sugars while adjusting to jet lag. Again, always stay hydrated and monitor your blood sugar closely during the transition period. Also, make sure you have a great method for coping with stress. Traveling can be really stressful, which can also affect your blood sugar levels. Practice stress management techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or yoga can help you stay calm and centered. And make sure you make time for relaxation and self-care activities to minimize the impact of stress on your blood sugars. The fourth item we need to talk about is tips for safe and comfortable travel. Of course, hydration and nutrition is crucial for that. Probably this is the second time of me saying this, but make sure you stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout your journey. Choose nutritious foods that are low in sugar, low in saturated fat, and high in fiber to help you regulate your blood sugar levels, and make sure you avoid any sugary drinks or snacks that can cause you to spike your blood sugars. When you're on a plane for a long time, make sure you take breaks to stretch and move around, and make sure you wear comfortable shoes and clothing that allows the ease of movement. When it comes to jet lag, it is so important to prioritize your sleep, and sometimes you can actually fight jet lag by sleeping on the plane or not sleeping on the plane. For example, when we go to Asia, if it's a red-eye flight, we sleep on the plane so that we can adjust to the time zones there a little bit easier. Make sure you pack sleeping essentials like a sleep mask, earplugs, or a travel pillow to help you sleep better in an unfamiliar environment. Also, make sure you minimize your caffeine and alcohol intake, especially when it's close to bedtime, to promote a good quality sleep. The fifth thing we need to talk about is how to deal with emergencies. You need to learn how to recognize hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. Write down or take mental notes of when you experience the signs and symptoms of hyper or hypoglycemia so that you can be aware of that. Make sure you carry glucose tablets with you if you do experience hypoglycemia episodes, and talk to your doctor about when to seek help for severe symptoms. And make sure you have a plan in place for when you do experience hyperglycemia, whether if it's adjusting your medication doses or seeking medical attention if necessary. And this is why you need to have that doctor's appointment before you travel. Also, remember how I talked about packing extra? Make yourself an emergency kit where it's always in your handbag when you leave your luggages at home. Things like glucose tablets or test strips or a glucagon injection kit or snacks or a glucometer. Also, make sure your travel companions know how to use the items in your emergency kit and on how to assist you in case of a diabetes related emergency. And in your emergency bag, also put the emergency contacts and your doctor's phone number in it, and any other medical identifications in that emergency bag. I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully you find these tips helpful for managing your type 2 diabetes while traveling. Remember, with proper planning and preparation, you can enjoy your travels while keeping your health in check. If you have any questions or any additional tips to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and also share this with someone you think it may help. Safe travels, and until next time, bon voyage!